I think it's working. Yay. Hello, everybody. Just going to give you a minute to pop on here. My speech today is going to be very, very short. So, yay. Just going to give you guys 2 minutes for people to hop on here, and then we get started. Hold on. I promise I'm going to read a lot sooner today. I just need 2 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to jump right into it. So a couple of things I want to mention before I get to the readings, but I want to get to those as soon as possible today. So one, watch for the end of the week. There's going to be a membership. All the membership details are going to be posted. I have been working like a crazy person over here. So actually not even by the end of the week, by the end of either today or tomorrow, that'll be all posted and up. As you can see, I'm back live on Facebook. So you guys need to give a huge shout out to somebody named John, because he went out of his way to stay up very late and figure out how I can download the videos from Facebook and put them on YouTube without having to be live on YouTube. So yay, everybody, thank you, John. Makes a huge difference, and I like Facebook Live so much better as well. So yay. Okay, oh, you know, I'd written this down on a sheet and I forgot it in my room. There was something else, but I'm going to skip to that. One more quick thing I want to do before we go live here, guys, is I've done this once before, and I don't do it very often, but it's very important. And that is that I have a friend of mine that I've known since childhood, and her daughter, 23-year-old beautiful young lady named Sabrina Miller, is battling a brain tumor right now, and it absolutely breaks my heart. She's so young and she's so beautiful, and she's got such a promising future ahead of her. And so if you guys don't mind, for just one moment, I'd like to bow our heads and just say a little prayer. And yeah, so if you'll just join me for a minute. I just like to say thank you to God for being with her family and for taking care of her, and to just ask that they surround her and her doctors with the greatest wisdom and strength to get through this trying time, and to fill her up with as much healing as possible, and make sure that she's going to be okay, that any of this sickness whatsoever is gone in incredible time, and that she heals fast, and that her and her whole family has an amazing future ahead of them with this all behind them. So in Jesus' name, I thank you for making that happen, and I thank all of you guys for saying that little prayer with me. I'm not very good at praying out loud, so forgive me, especially when I got spirit in my head. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done yakking for today. Other than I just want to say thank you to all of you who called in with support and prayers and wrote me letters. I'm not done responding to everybody. There was quite a few, so if you haven't had a response yet, they're coming, I promise. I'm ready, guys. Shoot, let's go. I've had spirit up my butt since literally 4 o'clock this morning, so I can't wait to get started here. And we're already starting, so just gotta give me a call. I swear everybody's trying to call at the same time. Okay, here we go. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I got through.
You did? What is your first name?
Gosh.
Yay! What is your first name, hon?
Wow.
It's, pardon?
I'm surprised I got through.
Oh. Well, that's awesome. You're actually my first caller even today.
Pardon?
You are my first caller today.
Awesome.
Woohoo! Okay, so what is your name, hon?
Carrie.
Carrie. Okay, so I like to start with a little grounding exercise, Carrie.
Okay.
It just helps me get focused on your energy.
Okay.
So if I can get you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute.
Okay.
Holy, you've got energy with you. Okay, and then I would like you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a few people stepping forward. Give me a second to make sense of this.
Okay.
Okay, I really want to go to the person that, like, even before you called, you'll see on the video when you watch it later, I started to lose my breath. And my hands are just like all shaky and sweaty. And so whoever this, there's a, okay, I'm trying to slow them down here. There's two people that stepped forward, and then there's two people behind them. The two people behind them are holding hands, which is usually an indication that they were married here in the physical world. I'm not sure who the two people in front of them are yet, or who is making me feel this breathing issue. So give me a second. Sometimes when they come forward, it's a bunch of information that I just have to slow down and go back to after. Give me a second. This is the gentleman. Okay, I want to start with the gentleman that's on the other side that takes me to the breath and then snaps his fingers. So would be my indication that his passing was sudden or unexpected. And that doesn't mean that we didn't know he was sick even. It could just mean that we weren't expecting him to pass on the day that he did. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Who is this to you? Is this dad? There's definitely a father figure feel to this.
Well, it could be, like, it could be my brother or my father. My father passed away a long time ago, though. My brother was sudden.
Okay. Okay. So that would be the one. That would be why he snapped his fingers, to specify who this is. But do you understand the breathing issue with him?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Hold on. See? Okay. So that's why he shows. That's why they step forward like that. So he's also showing me the gentleman behind him, which would be dad. Slow this down. But he shows me like handshake, which is interesting to me, because when spirit shows me the handshake, it's either my symbol for making peace on the other side or meeting for the first time on the other side. And now I know that he's his father, so clearly he didn't meet for the first time, but this handshake feels more like meeting than it does making peace. Maybe it's just meeting after a very long time. Was your brother very young when your dad passed?
Yes,
Okay.
he was.
So that's how he's making me feel, is like, look, sis, I've met dad on this side. Like, I'm so excited.
Oh.
He's showing me my symbol for thank you. And he's showing me my symbol for the whispering of the ear, which the whispering of the ear is basically my symbol that means that they've heard everything that you've said since they've passed away. But he's showing me multiple people. He's like, I've heard what everybody has said. Like, hold on, what does he mean by this? I feel like everybody got together to honor him, but in a bigger way than just like a normal funeral. I don't know how to explain this. Oh, yes, I do. He's talking about that his funeral wasn't sad, that it was a huge celebration. That's why he's showing me thank you. Everybody coming together and all of the sweet things that everybody said about him and just the party. Does that make sense?
There was a lot of laughter because of the DVD we had made.
There you go. He's like so thanking you for that. He's making me feel like this portrayal of his life was amazing to him, because, hold on, how do I explain that? It's almost like he's trying to say that you left out some of the parts that were not so flattering to him, and he's very grateful for that. And he's also showing me putting on the rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for when spirit sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. And I feel like he's taking some responsibility around his life, not so much his passing maybe, but around his life. I don't know how to explain that. Does that make sense to you?
Not really.
The responsibility around his life. Hold on a second, because I don't feel like it was his, he's not taking responsibility for his passing. This happened suddenly or unexpectedly. This was above and beyond his control, correct?
Right.
Okay, so I don't know what he means by this. Hold on. Was this a car accident of some sort?
No. He passed away at his home.
He's just showing me my symbol for trauma or traumatic. So sudden, unexpected, and traumatic. And so usually that indicates car or some type of like quick accident. But hold on a second. Interesting. I don't know how to explain this to you other than to say that it feels like he's trying to be accountable on that side. As like maybe he wasn't the most accountable person here in the physical world, but even as he's saying that to me, I don't understand it, because all around him he feels very dependable, very like hardworking, very trustworthy. So this is where I'm a little bit confused by what he means about taking accountability for the end of his life. Like, I don't know how to.
Okay, wait a minute. He was really, really hard on his body. That's all I know. Like, he didn't take very good care of his body.
Okay. But he was an extremely hard worker, like very dedicated, very like, you know what I mean?
Yes, he was.
That would make sense to me. And he didn't go out of his way to try to like hurt himself. This wasn't done by his deed. So that would make sense to me why he's taking responsibility for his life, but not his passing.
Okay, that would make sense.
And the reason why he would not let that go until you understood that is because he's making me feel like there's another fella in the family that needs that lesson, that needs to remember that, you know, all hard work and no play does not always lead to great things, that you got to take time to stop and smell the flowers.
Okay, I know which one he'd be talking about. My other brother, he's the same way.
Yeah, he's like, take it from me, let this be a lesson. But so your mom is still here in the physical world?
No.
Interesting. Okay, that's funny that you say that. Well, I don't mean that. I apologize. That came out that way. I don't mean that's funny. Your mom's on the other side. I mean the way that they showed me in the very beginning. Remember I said there was two people behind that showed that they would have been married, holding hands, and then there was two people in front. So your brother is one of the ones in front. So this would be both of your parents on the other side. That would be behind him. I'm not sure who the other person in front is yet, but let me just go to mom here, okay?
Okay.
You know, she takes me to the head. Slow this down. She takes me to the head, and then she takes me to the end of life, and I just feel like at the very end I'm a little bit confused. I'm confused. And then she's showing me my symbol for thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I just feel extremely grateful that there was so much help there. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
She's like just overwhelmingly amounts of gratitude. She's overemphasizing the gratitude, which when Spirit overemphasizes that, it's usually my symbol that somebody didn't say it enough here in the physical world. And just by the way she's making me feel, it's like she didn't get a chance to say it, or she was unable to express how grateful she was. But you need to know that, because and she's like, it was you and there's other people as well, but she's specifically talking to you, wrapping her arms around you and needing you to know that everything that you did was enough. She's like, say that again, tell her it was enough, because have you been feeling like, oh goodness, mom, was it enough? Like, did everything that I do, is that enough? Like, because she just keeps repeating that over and over and over again, how grateful she was to have you, how lucky she was to have you, and how that she's showing me my symbol for choices and decisions, and those choices and decisions that you had to make at the end of her life, she's extremely grateful for. Was there a DNR? Do you know what that means? Do not resuscitate?
Yes, there was.
She's showing me my symbol for DNR, and she's showing me thank you. Did you have to make that decision?
Yes.
I have goosebumps. I know I'm wearing long sleeves. You can't see it today, but I have goosebumps up and down my entire body. She is just, I don't know if you can feel them as well, because she is wrapped around you, just providing as much love to you as she can.
Okay.
She's, okay, so hold on a second. She's the one bringing through the female that's underneath her. Hold on. I think it's a female. I don't want to just specifically say female because that's screwed people up in the past, but she's bringing forward the young person underneath her that passed suddenly or unexpectedly. Now, it's not your brother, because I know that your brother is there. Hold on a second. Before I go to that person, she's making me feel like it wasn't too long in between when they passed. Did they only pass a few years apart from each other, your mom and your brother?
No, it would be my mom and my aunt.
Okay.
Her sister.
There you go. So that is the person underneath her that she's bringing up. Is this her younger sister?
Yes.
That would be why she puts her underneath her. So she wants you to know that she's there as well. And your aunt is like, and you know what? I don't hurt anymore. She's like showing me the wiggle, that she is like, has total mobility on the other side, and that she is absolutely not in any pain whatsoever. And you know what she tells me? She's like, she's spunky, hey? Your aunt?
Yes.
She's very spunky. She's like, you tell her I love that picture they chose of me for my funeral. She's like, I love that picture. Like, it's one of her favorite pictures. Do you know what she's talking about?
Yeah, I do.
So please know that they're all together on the other side, and that they're very much watching over you here in the physical world. And your mom just said, sweetie, you got to know that it's going to be okay, that we're all walking with you right now. And it feels like there's a bunch of changes going on right now, or challenges. But what she's saying is, you got to know that sometimes these challenges are really gifts in disguise. That the only way that God can really give us what we've been praying for is by helping us to get through these challenges so that we can be in the place we need to be to receive those. Does that make sense?
Okay, sorry, I didn't catch that.
So your mom is talking about some challenges, either that you're currently going through or that are coming up. But yeah, these challenges are meant to take you somewhere else. These challenges are the kind that are actually gifts in disguise. That you need these challenges in order to take you to that next phase of your life, which is going to be so beneficial for you. And she's showing me my symbol for pride. She's like, I could not be more proud of this girl if I tried. And she's like, Tracy, I didn't say that enough in the physical world, so you need to tell her that again. And so, again, from your mom, please know how proud they are of you on the other side, and that they will always be around you.
Okay.
Oh, I hope that was helpful, hon.
It was. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. You have an amazing day.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, you guys, that's the hardest part for me with these live readings, is having to, like, pass on the messages quickly and then hang up. Like, private readings, I have the whole hour. Here we go. Hello? Hello? Hi. Are you calling in for the free readings?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And I heard you turned me down in the background.
I did.
Thank you so much. Okay. What is your first name?
Samantha.
Samantha. Okay, Samantha. I like to start with a little grounding exercise first.
Okay.
Sorry, your loved ones are already like in my head. Okay, so if I could get you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute.
Okay.
And then I'd like you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly bringing that breath all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, So it's an interesting dynamic that we've got going on here right now. Because originally, right away, I had somebody stepping forward that is surrounded by white lighters. So I'll quickly explain what that means, and then I'll move on to the other point here. This information is coming really fast, so bear with me for a second.
Okay.
So initially, the person that steps forward is the one that's surrounded by white lighters. White lighters are beings of pure white light that typically surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide, or their passing was very sudden or traumatic in such a way that there was a lot of healing needed for the soul that passed over and the souls of the people that are left here. That's their job, is to provide healing. So I can feel that person's soul here, but as soon as I hear the baby, I feel the mother figure or grandmother figure energy step forward immediately as soon as I hear that baby, and she's just grandma, what I call grandma gushing all over her. Okay. Hold on, slow this down. So I'm getting this back and forth of I'm not sure where I'm going to here. I think we got to start with the grandmother figure because she's just absolutely overwhelmingly involved with this baby. So give me a second.
Okay.
Is this a boy? I'm getting boy and girl. So I don't know if you've got 2 children or what the heck, but I'm getting boy and girl.
Yeah, I've got 2 kids, a boy and a girl.
Okay. Is the baby the boy?
Yeah.
Okay, because she's saying he. So hold on a second. The first thing, so this feels like she's not trying to validate who she is. She just steps right in like, you know who I am, and I've got some things to say, so let's get going. That's kind of how she comes across.
That's my grandma.
Okay, so you know who this is. Okay, good. Because she's wanting to go right to when baby was born, and she's talking about that she was there with you in the room. And I just feel like I was really scared. And I don't know why I was you were really scared, because it feels like everything went really well. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Okay, hold on. It's almost like she's standing here with, and I told you so. Like you were so worked up about how scary this was the second time around. Oh, I get it. I had 4. The first time around, you don't know what to expect, so you're not so scared. The second time around, you're freaking terrified. I remember that. Okay, hold on. But she's also talking about that there was some type of health issue or something that was like borderline. Was this like borderline eclampsia or something like this?
No, it was just a very, very, like, less than 3-hour labor, and so I hemorrhaged, and it was just a big, because my husband kind of came in right as I was pushing him out.
Right. Your grandmother was there the whole time. That's probably why she's wanting you to know that she was there with you the entire time, because she doesn't want you to feel like you were alone for even 1 second. And she's teasing you about what a big head he has.
He's got a perfect round head.
That would be why she's showing me literally what I saw in my head, or in my mind, was Charlie Brown's face. Like,
yeah. Charlie Brown head. Yeah, perfect round head. That's everyone's first comment. The doctor was like, he came out so fast, his head's so perfectly round.
Slow this down. She's not going into detail about how she passed, other than what she did say is that she's not in any pain on the other side. That I feel like, you know what she does as well, though, is she takes me to the heart and to the brain, and she's making me feel like your grand maybe had like a bit of a tough life, and that she is free from any of those burdens that she was carrying throughout her life. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely.
She's like extending a lot of love to mom, though. Your mom is here in the physical world as well?
Yes, she is.
Because she's like, and this would be mom's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like showing me the lady above you, which would be mom, and she's just expressing a lot of love. But she's showing me patience and understanding too. And my symbol for distance, are you and mom either separated by like a distance right now, or is this like an emotional distance?
My mom lives in Ontario.
There we go. So that's a physical distance.
Yeah.
Okay, because she's expressing that she's watching over mom even if you can't be there right now. But she's showing me that, I don't know if she's coming out here or you're going there. No, mom's coming here, isn't she, this summer?
No, I'm actually going there with the kids.
You're going there. Okay, because she's showing me that this trip is coming up, and she's very excited that she's going to get to see the babies here.
Yeah, they're definitely excited. 'Cause my grandma's husband, my grandpa's still here, so I get to meet a great-grandson for the first time. So
there we go. She's so excited. Oh, and you know what? So this is your stepdad? Your mom's husband would be your stepdad right now?
No, he's my
He is your biological father? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did she put it that way to me? Hold on a second. What did she mean by that? Slow it down. Oh, I see. So when they go too fast, I try to put two messages together. So she's showing me stepping up, and then she's showing me dad. And I feel like what she's saying is that he is stepping up as a grandfather even more than he was as a dad. And she's showing me my symbol for pride. And acknowledging the effort that he's putting in this time around, which is even more so than he did when he was a dad. Does that make sense?
My dad was very hands-on with my brother and I, but he's definitely, he loves his grandkids. Like, my son is his fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Like, she's definitely, he's stepping it. I think that's even why she puts it that way. Like, can you believe how much he's stepping it up? Even though he was such a great father to you guys, it's even better as a grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the other reason why I think maybe I thought this was a step-grandfather, because she's bringing through the grandfather on the other side, but this could be on dad's side, I think, actually. Is your dad's dad on the other side?
No, he's here.
There's a gentleman on dad's side that she's trying to bring through for dad. Hold on a second. There's a connection with military or uniform. I'm seeing the uniform, which can either mean fire, police, military, etc.
I can't think which great-grandfather, but I think there was one that was, I can't think if he was, what he did. I can't think now because I never met them, but the uniform does kind of make sense.
Okay, so, and other people in the family are going to know who this is, right?
Yeah, my dad definitely will.
Because this man has a message for your dad about being so incredibly proud of the man that he's turned into. And I feel like your dad maybe had some challenges to overcome. And so the fact that he has turned into the type of father and the type of man that he is has exceeded any expectation. That it's almost like this is your dad's grandfather or something. Like, this has exceeded any expectation that his grandfather could have had for him. And he just needs your dad to know how incredibly proud of him he is.
Okay, good. My dad will probably definitely know. I can't think if it's my great-grandpa George or Jim, but my dad will. I know there's definitely...
Feels like they were very bonded when he was younger. You know, like, he makes me feel like your dad had a hard time when he passed away. They are pulling their energy back, but as they do so, they kiss your cheek. I apologize for that ringing phone in the background.
No worries.
He's kissing your cheek and he's acknowledging the birthday. Hold on. I feel like we're coming up in a month or two. Is it your daughter's birthday in a month or two?
My daughter's birthday is in September. Mine's in August.
There we go. That's where we're going to, in like the end of summer here. Because he just, before he would pull his energy back, and your grandmother, before she will let that energy go back, they have to acknowledge the birthdays. She's like, you know me, I don't forget birthdays, ever. And so she's jumping back in again. She wants you to know that she sends you a present every single year on your birthday. So she's been gone for a few years now, hey?
Yeah, a couple years.
Because she's like, I still send you gifts on your birthday. She's like, you know those butterflies? Those are me.
Oh, good.
Do you, oh goodness. She showed me screaming my head off in the butterfly tent. Are you scared of flying bugs like I am? Or does that like, do butterflies landing on you freak you out?
I'm okay with, like, I love butterflies, but I'm not really a fan of these insects, like,
Yeah.
Spiders, of course. I mean, no.
Yeah. She just is making me feel like, I know that bugs might not be your favorite thing, but this is a symbol that she really likes because I feel like for her, she feels transformed on the other side. She must have lived with pain for a long time, hey?
Yeah, she did.
Because she's just so free of pain on the other side, which is why I feel like she feels so transformed on the other side. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
She's showing me my symbol for pride as she's starting to pull her energy back. She's also showing me my symbol for spinning you around, which is my symbol that somebody who has been trying to take better care of their health or exercise or eat better or whatnot. So she's acknowledging that she knows you're taking these, or you've been wanting to make these health changes, and she's acknowledging how proud she is of you, but also giving you that push as well, telling you, don't quit, you can do this, get back up, you can do this. Almost like you started and then you took some time off and you're having some trouble getting back up there.
Yeah. Finding time with, everything, but
she's like, yeah, she's like, you got this, you got this. She's like, oh, my granddaughter's so hot. Like, she's spunky, right? She's like, doesn't just say you're beautiful. She's like, no, she's hot. You should see this kid. You'd never believe she had 2 kids.
Aww.
Aw, she's pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Aw. So sweet. Okay, how much time do we got here, guys? We still got like half an hour. We're good to go. I'm already getting info in my head. It's so funny. I'm not used to like the no beeps coming through. Whew. Hold on a second. Hello?
I'm already getting info in my head.
Hello? I guess they didn't want to get through. It's interesting. I keep bumping this thing and messing up my computer. Okay, next. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Are you calling for the free readings?
I sure am.
Awesome. What's your first name?
Shelby.
Shelby? Okay. So, okay, hold on a second. Okay, so I have to be fair and upfront. Is this Shelby Tammy's friend, Shelby?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I just saw Tammy's face and I saw your grandmother right in my head, like bam. So I just have to be like straight and upfront. If I know the person who's calling in, then I have to like tell everybody. Not that I know you very well, so I'm just gonna explain to people listening, okay?
Okay.
So one of my very best friends in the entire world has some very best friends that she's had for, I don't know, 20, 30 years, however long you guys have been friends for. But I don't really know Shelby. I just know that she's very good friends with one of my best friends, and I have read for her before. So, yes, so it's interesting because I recognize Nan right away. So Tammy's Nan is stepping forward and your grandmother is stepping forward. We have both women here, which is interesting.
Oh.
You knew Nan? Tammy's
Yes.
Nan? Okay. So, you know what they just said to me? We got Nan and Gran. They're like laughing about this. What did you call your grandma?
I called her Grandma. Like, that was, yeah.
So Nan and Gran. Interesting. Okay.
Well,
so,
Grams. Yeah, Grams. We called her Grams.
So
yeah.
She's saying Nan and Grams, like Nan and Gran, Nan and Gran. Okay, hold on a second. I don't know why they're both here together, but okay, wait. See, I almost forgot the grounding exercise because I knew who you were right away. So I was like, okay, so let's just take a breath. We're going to start that deep breath at your big toe. Slowly bring it up, pull it up through your body, blow it straight through the phone at me, and then give me 1 minute to focus. Interesting. Okay, so I'm saying it this way because I do remember reading for you, and I don't remember everything that your grandma has said before. I know she's usually the main person that steps forward,
Yes.
and she usually is very stern kind of feeling. But this time she's coming through very nurturing, very empathetic, and very, very, not very emotional, but much more emotional than she normally would be. What she does is she shows me grabbing your heart and just holding it and protecting it. I'm not sure what she's doing here. Hold on a second. I don't know how to explain this, but she's talking about, I feel like you've been very guarded and protected with your heart lately. I don't know how to explain what she's meaning here, but it's almost like I'm trying to keep myself back from situations or something because I'm feeling confused or mixed up in my heart. I don't know how to explain that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I am typically like that, so yeah.
Okay, because she's showing me my symbol for privacy. Like she's not going to be extremely specific on what she's talking about, but she's like, you know what I mean. They're both together. What are you guys doing? Hold on. Okay, so what she showed me is my symbol for slow down. Then I see my symbol for test on the fridge, which is basically means like achievement, or sometimes it can mean going to school or graduation, but like test on the fridge is like achievement or promotion, etc. So I feel like there's something like we've gained some type of like promotion or something here. But then she's like, slow down though, slow down. It's almost like there's this promotion and I want to run with it. And she's like, hey, whoa, 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 slow down. Do you know what she's talking about?
Not quite. Work is very busy, and there's an opportunity for me to work summer next year somewhere else.
She's putting huge amounts of money symbols around you. Like whatever it is that you're going to be doing is like huge amounts of money symbols. Hold on. That's why she's telling you to slow down. Oh, duh. See, sometimes I have to hear myself say it out loud before I understand exactly what it means. So she's putting all these money symbols around you. She's showing me the promotion, the advancement, the career, and the emphasis is on moving forward. And then she's like, but slow down. So I think what she's trying to tell you is that you have enough money, you have enough of what you need, that you don't have to work so hard, that you have the time to slow down. Make sure you take that time to slow down, because if you don't, it's your heart that's going to suffer, because she was showing your heart being protected earlier. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
And it's almost like if you go too fast, if you try to achieve too much too soon, then you're forgetting about the things that matter, the children, the husband, the relationships that are extremely important in your life that need your time and nurturing. She's telling you not to forget about those. Slow down. For God's sakes, girl, go shopping. Why are we going shopping? I've never heard any spirit say something like that. Hold on.
I just went shopping.
Oh, is that what this is? Was there like this overwhelming need to go shopping? That's what I feel like. So that could be like just something you just experienced, but there's this feeling of like, for goodness sake, I've got to go shopping.
Well, yes.
And she's like totally bragging about you. She's like, isn't she hot? Isn't she hot? And because you know what? I have seen you in life. You are a beautiful lady. So it's interesting. She's like very much pushing on you. And just talking about how proud she is of you. She's like, if you thought I was going to kick your butt today, she's like, I'm not. I'm here to tell you that I love you extremely and that you need to slow down a little bit, because and again, it's with the heart. It's almost like there's a disconnect in the heart, and she's taking me to your family members. Like you're having trouble, especially the children. There's an older, you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember how old your children are, but there's an older child that she wants to talk about that needs that time and that nurturing. And she's like, your grandma's like, you know, I know how hard this is right now because there's a frustration around that. But as frustrated as you are with her is how much she needs your love and attention right now.
That is very true, yeah. There is...
You need to date your daughter, honey. That's what she's showing me. Almost like she just needs that much time and attention right now, you know? Slow this down. She's like, Daddy should be taking that time and attention, but Daddy's in the computer all the time.
Mm-hmm. Everybody is.
It's probably why she's... You know what she said? She's like, she says it that way and you can feel the passion. You know how I said she's normally like kind of a butt kicker? Like she gives you that kick, you know what I mean? I could feel that starting to come out, and she's like, nope, I told her I'm not going to do that today. She's like, I'm just here to tell her how much I love her, how proud I am of her, and that you can achieve any day. That in your career, which I'm not sure what you do, and in your husband's career, that there is enough money and there is enough success all the way around, that you don't have to push so hard to make it happen. But these years with your children and your family, you are never going to get another moment to live them again. So don't take them for granted. Spend your time with your kids and your family. Spend a little more time, and that's going to make you feel a lot happier.
I do work a lot, yeah.
Well, and so she steps back a little bit. Hold on a second. And it's Nan that's stepping forward now. Tammy's Nan. So this is interesting. Hold on. She's like, okay, so your grandma's not going to do any butt kicking today, so I will. There's some kind of reminder that you need to do with your vehicle. I don't know if you need an oil change or what the heck this is, but she's like, come on, we need to get this done.
It's in really rough shape. It's in rough shape and it needs some attention, yes.
Yeah, she's like, no. See, your grandma wasn't going to kick your butt today. She's like, so I'm here to do that. Get it fixed. That's it. No more delays. And by the way she's putting the urgency around this is that if you don't, very soon, you're going to be stuck on the side of the highway somewhere. So make sure you get this fixed soon because they can only help so far. I hope that was helpful today. It was a little bit of a different reading, but I hope it was helpful.
That was very different. Like, Nana's never really stepped forward. That was awesome.
She's not like that, has she?
No.
Oh,
no,
yeah, and
really.
Tammy's Nan has never stepped forward. But she's like, you know what? She's always there with you. She's like, you know that, right? She's like, you know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Aw, she's like, Tracy, these are always my girls. So she's like, you were her girl since you were young. Like, did you and Tammy meet when you're like 11, 12, somewhere in there?
Yeah, we were very, very young when we first met, and we got close when my oldest was born. So we've been really close for, over 16 years.
There you
and
go.
Nan was a big part of our lives.
You know what she just said? She said, as she's stepping back, she said, and let me take this opportunity to thank you for being there for Tammy when I died. She's like, that was a really hard time for her. And I feel like, well, that wasn't very, so I don't know if Nan had a tendency to kind of be mean while she's complimenting you. That's almost like what she did here. It's because she's like, that girl, it's not really in her character, but she stepped totally up to the plate and helped Tammy out so much. And I need to thank her for that. And I'm like, Nan, do you realize what you just said? She's like, but it's true. What do you want? She's like, it's not really in her character to go outside of herself and step up and above and beyond. Woo. She's like, but you did, and she needs to acknowledge that.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
She's pulling her energy back, and again with the vehicle. It's a van, right?
An SUV.
Yeah, because she's like, get it fixed, get it fixed, get it fixed. Aw, I hope that was helpful.
All right, it was. Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, interesting. See? And before I take the next caller here, let me just tell you about let me explain real quick. I'm going to put this girl on hold, or whoever it is, if it's a girl. Hello? Hi. Are you calling for the free readings?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. Before I get started with that, though, I didn't want to let your call go by without answering. But I want to just explain my thought that I was wanted to finish before I go into your reading, okay?
Okay, great.
So I just want to let everybody know that the difference between the previous readings, where Spirit steps forward and they tell me who they are to the person, how they passed, etc., those messages are a lot different than if you've had 3 or 4 readings with me. Then Spirit doesn't step forward with the same kind of validations because they've already done that. So what they do is they step forward with guidance or whatever it is in your life, as you can kind of see by what we just saw. So I just thought I just wanted to take a moment and thought that was a pretty great point to point out right now so you guys could see how that worked. But anyway, okay, so what is your name, hon?
It's Amy.
Sorry, say that again?
Amy.
Annie?
Amy.
Amy. Okay, so, okay, Amy, we're going to start with a little grounding exercise if you don't mind.
Sure.
So if I can get you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute. And then I want you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly bringing it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me. And then just give me 1 minute to focus. Interesting. Okay. So there's kind of 3 people, I think, here stepping forward. Slow this down. I'm not sure who to start with, and they're very close together. They come through very close together. So give me a second here. I see what this is. So there is a couple that step forward. So they show me holding hands, which is usually it's my symbol that people were married here in the physical world. Not always is that they're married. Sometimes it can be like mom and dad or something, but it always is an indication of either a very close bond or marriage. But then they're stepping forward with the person that they lost, that I can't tell if this is to the side or underneath of them. I'm not sure if this is like a brother or a sibling, or I'm not sure who. We'll get into that in a second, but they're stepping forward with this person with a huge amount of relief that they have reunited on the other side. So as you've probably seen in previous readings, sometimes when the information is first coming through, it just comes through so fast, and then we have to go back and make sense of it. So give me a second here. Okay, I want to start with the couple that holds hands on the other side. This would feel like grandparents to me. They're showing me a generation above. So do you have one set of grandparents on the other side that are both passed away?
Yes, I have 2 sets actually. Okay.
And did one of these grandparents lose a child?
They lost a couple of grandchildren, including myself. I had a little one who passed away as well.
There we go. So that's the grandparents that are stepping forward, because the way that they let me know that they were stepping forward, if we go back to how they brought this information in the beginning, is they showed me they were together, and then there was this other person that was with them. I saw one other person, but even as you say grandchildren, I can feel all the other souls there, that they just didn't want to overwhelm me. But the point was that this soul was underneath of them, and that they were extremely relieved to be united with this these souls on the other side, and very much wanting to reassure you that they are together on the other side with these souls.
Okay.
Why do I see 3? 3 children. 3 children on the other side.
My aunt had 3 babies that died.
Okay.
I had a little girl who died.
Okay, so hold on a second. I want to start with the little girl. Oh my goodness, she is the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Hold on a second. So this is not a child that died in utero. This is not like a miscarriage. This child was actually born?
Yes, okay.
Okay, that makes sense to you?
Yes, she had 3 that were born that passed away, and I have 1 that passed away.
Okay, I'm going to yours, honey.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to go to the child that you lost. This
Okay.
child, this is what I'm asking, because they're showing me this very beautiful baby girl, and they're emphasizing how beautiful she is. And so that makes me feel like she was born. I could be wrong, but it makes me feel like she was born, that you actually got to see her, because they're talking about how beautiful and how perfect she looked.
Yes, she lived for an hour.
Okay, okay, perfect. That makes sense to me. That's what they're trying to validate here. Because she, sorry, hold on a second. Did she just stop breathing?
Yes, she wasn't fully developed.
Because she's like, takes me to the breath, and I just feel like, it was very interesting. My throat caught up, and I got all choked up for a second there. But
She actually born, her lungs were very tiny.
Mm-hmm. The interesting thing is, I felt it all like choked up in my throat for a second there, but it didn't hurt in any way, shape, or form. It didn't feel like it normally would when you have something in your throat. It just felt like I cleared my throat, and then I'm on the other side. She's like, there was no pain. There was no pain. And you know what? I can hear this. There's a soft ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. I'm hearing a heartbeat. I feel like, and she's showing me being like right against your chest. So you held her after she was born. She's acknowledging, pardon?
When she was born, they knew that there was nothing that they could do for us. As soon as she was born, they just gave her right to me and just let us have our privacy.
And do you have her handprint? She's showing me the handprint.
I have handprint and footprints.
Is there a tattoo of a handprint as well?
No, I have a tattoo with her name.
Okay, because she's showing me the tattoo and she's showing me the handprint. So it's her way of acknowledging that she knows what you've done to honor her on the other side. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if you had another child after her or if one of your grandchildren was named after her or what the heck, but she's pointing from her to another child, which is usually my symbol that either somebody was named after her or somebody is just like her. Now, I know that she only lived for an hour, so maybe you don't quite know personality, or maybe this baby just looked very much like her when they were born, but she keeps showing me this. Do you know what she means by that?
Her sister has her name, her middle name.
There you go. So it would be her way of validating that she knows that you honored her life by giving her name to her sister.
Oh.
Well, she's showing me the number 12. 12, 12, 12. I don't know how that relates, if that means December or the 12th of a month, or if somebody is 12. I'm not sure what that means. Do you know what the number 12 means?
No. She was born on the 11th of April.
The 11th of April. Okay, so hold on, because as soon as you say that, she's like, exactly. So she goes to the number 12. Hold on. She takes me to the next day and she's saying thank you. Was there a tough choice that you had to make the day after she was born? That's what I feel like she's going to. There's some type of choice that you had to make the next day that she wants to thank you and let you know that you made the right choice.
No, not that I can remember.
Slow this down. She's, again, going to the 12th, going to the 12th. And when you say she was born on the 11th, that she feels like she shows me 2 thumbs up and she takes me to the next day. And then there's a thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do feel some influence with Dad. I don't know why. Maybe she's thanking Dad specifically. But she is putting him into that as well.
We didn't go home to the funeral home. Like, nobody seen her until the 12th.
And that's when you guys kind of shared her with the family. That was kind of like her wake kind of day?
Yes.
That would be why she keeps, that's why I say if Spirit's showing me a sign, I'm not going to drop it until we figure out what it means, because she's taking me to the 12th and she's saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's showing me Dad coming in. She's showing me people coming in. That makes perfect sense. She wants to thank you for letting her meet her family, is how she puts it. Because even though her soul may have been on the other side, it was still in the room with you, meeting and greeting each and every one of her relatives. And she's like, they all held me, Tracy. They all held me.
Well, actually, we did. In the funeral home, they let us hold her like the whole time she was there.
And see, how would I know that? I have never lost a child. I would never know that they let you hold the soul of the child after the child is already dead. I mean, maybe with the parents in the beginning, but I've never heard of that. So that's an incredible validation from your daughter to let you know that her soul was there and present with you.
It is, because they don't usually do it, but in our case where we didn't really get time to spend much time with her, and they only kept babies for like 1 day before they'll bury them, that they let us, and it was only a small family, so they just gave us our privacy and let us just bond with her that way, I guess.
That's so amazing. So I hope that gives you some peace to know that she's safe and at peace on the other side. She's definitely watching over her younger siblings that are here. And she's like, they have kids now, hey?
No.
Hold on. Okay, so what she does is she takes me to her siblings and then she takes me to their siblings, and oh, I see. So she's just telling me that she is forever going to be watching over her family. But at the same point, remember how she brought up the 3 earlier, or that was brought up earlier, the 3 babies on the other side?
I was just thinking about that, actually, because since January, I've had 3 miscarriages, including one that happened today.
Interesting. So this isn't your aunt's children, these are yours, because what your daughter is doing is she's like, as they're starting to pull their energy back, okay, so 2 things. 1, please know it was your grandparents that stepped forward with the soul of your daughter to let you know that A, she was never alone there on the other side, but also to let you know and experience what a strong and amazing spirit that she has. She may not have been able to live very long here in the physical world, but she is absolutely a huge part of your life on the other side, and a huge part of her siblings' life on the other side. And what she keeps saying is that the soul of this child that keeps trying to come is coming back. She's like, don't give up, Mommy. He's coming. He's coming. He'll be here. He just needs the right body.
Oh, I hope so. I hope it happens soon.
But what she seems to want to reassure you is that she doesn't want you to feel like you just keep having children die on you. What is happening is she's like, she doesn't want you to ever have to go through what you went through with her ever again. So if that child's body is not going to be strong enough to sustain the entire pregnancy, then it just is, that's why you're having a miscarriage very early on, so that you're never going to have to go through that pain again. She wants you to understand that that is not in the cards for you. So please know that when you carry this pregnancy from like 3, 4, 5 months, that you are going to make it to the end. that you don't have to be afraid from 5 months on that you're going to not make it. And she's taking me to the 5-month mark. Is that how long she was when she was born?
No, she was born at 8 months.
Interesting, because she's taking me to the 5-month mark and she's making me feel like that's when the panic sets in of, am I going to make it to term with this baby?
We didn't find out until I was about 22 weeks that her lungs wasn't developing.
I see. So that would make perfect sense. So every time that you get pregnant, it's like panic until that time when you get that reassurance that baby's okay.
It is.
So she's like, Mom, just know that he's coming. I promise you he's coming. Would this be your first boy?
No, it'll be my second boy.
Okay. Because there's an emphasis on it's a boy, it's a boy, it's a boy. Yay, it's a boy.
Oh, I hope so.
You know what? I have 3 boys and 1 girl. And when my last
we know when this boy is coming?
That they're not telling me, because you know what? The emphasis is on health. They said, you know what? What's most important is that we make sure that he has a healthy body. So if you get pregnant and that body's not going to be viable, don't cry don't feel too disappointed, I should say, when it's a miscarriage, because that just means that there's there's a better body coming for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just very hard to keep the faith or have hope when you've been through so much, I guess.
Sweetie, I cannot even imagine. I've lost 1 child, and it was incredibly hard. It's something I still deal with to this day. So, I mean, I have so much respect for you, and I wish you so much luck going forward in the future. But I just hope that this gives you the peace and reassurance of knowing that he will come.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Tracy.
You're very welcome. You take care.
You too. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Aww. Okay, guys, my bladder tells me that we're pretty much time up. Yeah, we're a few minutes over at 1 o'clock. Thank you guys all for joining me today. Thank you so much. This was like a really great readings today. We got through 4 callers. I'm so excited. And I will be back again. I actually will maybe even be back either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see. Keep watching, because like I said, that membership stuff is going to be posted here right away, either by the end of today or the end of tomorrow. So excited. Yay. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Take care. God bless. Bye.